Censored words hurt little birds. It's Rhyme and Reason 841.
Here's your rhyme and reason. Oh, yeah.
Hey there, Tony here. And recently I found out once again how fragile the hearts and minds of most people are these days. And it happened with some censored words. And just in case you think Elon Musk is one of the good guys because he allowed people on Twitter to speak a little more friendly and freely, he's not. He's not one of the good guys. I wouldn't say he's one of the worst guys, no. But at the very least, his algorithms on Twitter would make it seem that, he's not quite where you would think it would be. But you know what? I hold people responsible, not algorithms. Algorithms only block censored words that they're programmed to block. And when they're programmed, it means there's a programmer or a programmer. And that's a human being. And the reason I bring it up is I got a slap on the social media wrist today when I posted a simple statement. It said, tyranny and tranny are so similar. And then I used the letter Y as the word Y, and I said, why is that? Just a little play on words and letters, and did I say something that isn't true? Did I? Tyranny and tranny are so similar. Why is that? Making an observation that those two words are very similar. But I got a message that said people wouldn't be able to see my tweet because, to quote them, this tweet may violate Twitter's rules against hateful conduct. Hateful. I said tyranny and tranny are so similar. Why is that? Now, what did I say that's hateful? And see why I say it's people? Because an algorithm wouldn't know what I meant by the word tranny, T-R-A-N-N-Y, and I'm smart enough to know that that's what brought on my censored words. Many years ago, I talked about how these days would come. Yep, I did, many years ago. And not so long ago, I reiterated the message and shared lyrics from 1996. Here's what I said first. I'm not a pessimist. In fact, most people who have ever known me would probably tell you I'm a very up person, and I'm proud to be an American. This is not the country it once was, but it's still the best place to be on the planet. Consider that I'm able to sit here in my studio office and type these words into a laptop computer and hit publish and watch my words go out into the world, not just words approved by the state or words censored by a totally depraved and tyrannical government. No, these are my words that go out there. I'm still free enough to write words of chastisement toward my own country without fear of the gallows or dungeons or banishment to some frozen wasteland, at least for now. But I'm concerned that the day is coming when my words will not be allowed to go out to the world. The day is coming when my Christian belief will immediately label me a hater. Think not? Think again. That day is essentially already here. I'm not surprised about it. Jesus said it would happen. He even said, whoever kills you will think he does God a service. Don't you see that happening in other parts of the world? Yeah, you do. Is there any reason to think it can't happen here or where you are? I say no. But if you'd like to make sure it happens to as few people as possible, say yeah.
Would you like to reach the top and never have the journey stop? Say yeah. Say yeah. Could you try to hold a hand just to help somebody stand? Say yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Would you give a word or two to win a soul or win a few? Say yeah. Say yeah. Do you want to change the way public servants act today? Say yeah. Say yeah, yeah. How many laws have to be passed before we're what's good in the shadows they cast? And how many plans and say it's over. We can change it here. We don't have to live in fear. We don't have to cry in vain. Would you like to reach the top and never have the journey stop? Say yeah, say yeah. Could you try to hold a hand just to help somebody stand? Say yeah, say yeah, yeah. Would you give a word or two to win a soul, win a few? Say yeah, say yeah. Do you want to change the way public servants act today? Say yeah, say yeah, yeah. Do you see the pattern forming? How the wrong becomes the norm? Say yeah, say yeah. Would you like to stop the right? Could you dare to take a side? Say yeah, say yeah, yeah. Would you like to reach the top? Never have to stop. Say yeah, say yeah. Would you give a word or two to win a soul and win a few? Say yeah, say yeah, yeah. There's a rhyme and reason for your life. There's a rhyme and reason why you're here. Give your time and season to the one